Wives of Infamous Dictators Part 2 continued. After the death of beloved and divisive figure, Eva Perón, First Lady of Argentina, the outpouring of public grief was so immense that the millions of people at her funeral were treated for crush injuries, with several deaths reported. But Eva's death was only the beginning of the bizarre and grisly events surrounding her corpse. It starts with her husband, Juan Perón, paying an incredible $100,000 for a physician to embalm Eva's body. Her body was to be enshrined in a glass coffin at the base of the monument, like Lenin's body in Moscow. But before he could complete the project, Perón was ousted in a military coup and escaped abroad, leaving Eva's body behind. Under the new regime, Colonel Carlos Eugenio was tasked with getting rid of her body since Eva was such a powerful symbol for the people. He tracked down the embalmer, Ara, and demanded the body's release. Eva's cadaver was moved around several military locations, storerooms, battalion cellars, mess kitchens. She also spent time at the city waterworks and behind the screen at the Rialto Cinema. Her next resting place was with Major Arancibia, who became obsessed with Eva. Horrific reports suggest that he sexually defiled it, and that when he was discovered by his pregnant wife, Elena, he shot her in the throat. His defense was that he'd mistaken her for a burglar. Elena's sister, Margot, testified to a military judge that there were horrible stains. Heaven only knows what filth on the body. Eduardo has been with the cadaver for all those weeks. The case was hushed up. Colonel Carlos Eugenio took back possession of Eva's body. At this point, he had been driven mad by his task and also became passionately obsessed with Eva's corpse. In a fit of rage, he ordered his officers to urinate on her for not returning his love. He ordered that one of her fingers be removed to prove that she was the real corpse. The colonel was then imprisoned. Eva's body was then smuggled out of the country. In 1971, she was discovered in Milan, buried standing up under the false name of Maria Maggi de Magistris. The body was exhumed and taken to Juan Perón's home in Spain, where he kept it on the dining room table. His new wife Isabel diligently combed Eva's hair daily, and Juan even encouraged her to lie beside Eva in the hope that she might absorb some of her charismatic magic. In an astounding comeback, Perón returned to Argentina in 1973 and was elected president once again. When he died in 1974, Isabel succeeded him, and it was she who ordered that Eva's body be repatriated and displayed with her husband's. The two civil guards who transported Eva's body from her grave in Madrid got into an argument about a gambling debt, shot at each other, and crashed. The van caught on fire and both died, although the coffin was unscathed. Then, in 1976, Eva's body was taken from the presidential residence in Olivos to her family's mausoleum in Recoleta Cemetery. Two soldiers were in the ambulance transporting it, carrying rifles with fixed bayonets. The ambulance driver suffered a heart attack, and during the sudden stop, the soldiers accidentally severed each other's jugular veins with their bayonets. They were found in a pool of blood. Eva's long journey was finally over. She was placed in a fortified underground crypt in a marble tomb with a trapdoor in the floor leading to a room with two coffins. Then a second trapdoor leading to her actual coffin.